Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Here's what we're doing. Like the title of this video probably says, 243 Winchester Bullet testing. I just not too long ago picked up this Howa 1500 in 243 for the sole reason of I needed a threaded barrel 243 so I could put a shusher on it. That's what I got out here today. Howa 1500 243 Winchester. This is my Banish backcountry can on it. 30 cal can that's only 7 ounces and some change, so not real heavy. But whole purpose of today is I've got 6 different factory loadings in 243 that we're gonna test out of this. This is gonna take me all day to film, but I'm gonna group them, let it cool. Group them, let it cool. Try to do my best. Same scenario for every single one of these, and we're gonna group test them and see what this Howa 1500 likes the best. Now I sighted it in with the Remington Core Locked 100 grainers. Best group I got out of this stuff was a 0.76 inch group, and even when getting hot it still averaged right at almost exactly a 1 inch group. So interested to see how all this stuff's gonna pan out. I got an Arkin LH4 on top. Arkin gives us 25% off of their stuff with the code WHOTEEWHO. So if you're looking for an optic, definitely check out Arkin. But let me get you a close-up look here, guys. Howa 1500 with the rubberized Hogue stock on there and a threaded barrel. One of the most affordable deer bullet slingers you can find. That's why I picked it up. Super affordable and with the threaded barrel. But let me show you what all we're going to be flinging through this thing today. We've got a 75 grain Remington Premier AccuTip V, an 80 grain Federal, 80 grain Winchester Super X, then the 100 grain Core Lock, that's what it's sighted in with. We got the 95 grain Core Lock tipped. I've taken several deer in this exact factory loading, but out of a Weatherby Vanguard. Then we've got the normal whitetail, which is also a 100 grain lead nose, similar to what it's sighted in with. But comment down below, what do you think it's going to like the best? The lightest we have is a 75 grainer, and the heaviest we have is a couple 100 grainers and a few in between. But let's go back to 100 yards. Like I said, I'm gonna let everything cool, do my best to have a perfect scientific experiment here, and see what we get. My guess is probably 95 grain Core Lock tip that's gonna like the best, but let's go find out. All right, here we go. And I thought I brought the ammo, but I didn't, so I'll be right back. That's great for the testing, isn't it? Have the trigger man sprint 100 yards and 100 yards back, but hey, we're burning daylight. I'm gonna do my best here. I'd like to do like 3 groups of all these, but several of these I only have 3 or 4 bullets, so I'm just gonna do one cold group of everything and attempt to do my best. So first here, Core Locked 100 grainers, and like I said, when I sighted this thing in, I got a couple pretty near 3/4 an inch. So let's see if I can duplicate that while I'm out of breath here. Looks like top left target. All right, yeah, it looks like that one's probably gonna come in 3/4 of an inch. Everything I'm doing, like I said, exactly the same. This is the Caldwell Lead Sled 3, taking me out of the equation for this, but we're gonna let it cool. And what's up next? Let's do the Federal 80 grainers next. That's the blue box y'all probably familiar with. We did the 100 grain Core Lock. Next is gonna be this blue Federal Power Shock box. These are 80 grain soft points, so sometimes they put a critter on there. Yeah, this got a picture of a deer from Federal, so it's 20 grains lighter though than those Core Locks. So blue box Federal. Let's do a group of these and see what happens. A lot of times when we do this, things surprise us. That's why we do these videos. These videos cost a fortune, but aside from catching the deers themselves, these tests like this are some of my favorite videos. So here we go. Federal blue box. Yikes. That's going to be hard to beat. Those 80 grainers it likes, man. That's probably a 1/2 inch group. Let it cool and we'll be back here in a minute. So what do we got so far? We did the 100 grain core lock, 80 grain Federal Power Shock. What should we grab next? Let's grab the normal whitetail. These are also 100 grain lead tips, similar to the core locks. Pop 3 of these bad boys out here. Normal whitetail. That's gonna be hard for anything to beat that Federal. We were doing good with those core locks at 3/4 inch, but man, just goes to show you, you don't gotta spend $1 million to get something that's a really nice deer catcher, like these Howas. What'd we just load up? Normal whitetail. Impact shift is a little left to the other stuff. Interesting. Yeah, so those are going up and down. Still probably inside an inch though. But be back in a few and we'll do another one. All right, what we got now? Let's go Remington core lock tipped. We cold, cans on tight. See what we do here. These are 95 grainers. Like I said, out of all these, this is the only one that I've taken deer with. If you want to see those videos, go check them out. Those videos are on the channel. Here goes the 95 grain core lock tipped. The Howa slung that one out a little bit. And be back in a few. Let's go for this Remington. This is the lightest stuff, 75 grain. One thing about this is none of these groups are acting up real terrible. So you get one of these Howas, it might not be too terribly picky if yours is like mine. Let's try these 75 grainers. Lightest of the test here. Looks like inside an inch. All right, now, last one of the day. 80 grain Winchester Super X. This one's been in the closet a long time because it's got a 10-cent tax on it. 10-cent ammo tax used to have in Tennessee. Last 3 I got in this box, and these are 80 grainers. See how these do. Not too shabby. Now that's the end of everything. Let's go measure those with the calipers and see how we did. That's a bunch of 243 slinging. About the brass too, huh? All right, guys, just measured these groups back at the house with the calipers, and man, that Howa 1500, just like I said at the beginning of the video, I've had good luck with those things. I've gotten several of them. First one I got was 350 Legend a while back. There's videos of that. Then I got the 300 Win Mag. Took a deer this past season at 430 yards with my 300 Win Mag, just like the one in this video. But yeah, let's just look at the results. So 100 grain Remington core locked, 0.67 inch group. That's the best that I've gotten out of that Howa. When I sighted it in, it was averaging under an inch, even with the hot barrel groups, or right at an inch. But I was getting about 3/4 of an inch cold barrel with this stuff. So 0.67, hey, That's good stuff. Two touching. Then the core lock tipped. This is what I guessed would do the best. And I guessed that because my Weatherby Vanguard in 243, I said a little bit ago in the video that I've taken deer with this stuff. That's because my Weatherby Vanguard in 243 likes this 95 grain core lock tip the best. Just about puts them in the same hole. Also, that Weatherby, I got like a 0.2 inch group with this stuff. So my Weatherby likes the core lock and the core lock tip the best. But 0.67, that's good. 1.22 with the core lock tipped. Then what we get down here? This is the 75 grain Remington AccuTip V varmint load. So that's the lightest of the test. Got a 0.81. Up here in the middle, the normal whitetail, which is 100 grain, same grain weight as the Remington core locked, got a 0.73. Hey, that's pretty respectable. Best of the day was right here, a 0.38 with those 80 grain Federals. Almost can't differentiate that that's 3 different hits. And then we already talked about this one, 0.81 with those 75 grainers. Then on the other target was the 80 grain Winchester, 0.48. Look at that. I'll get you a real close look at that. So the Howa 1500 in 243 seems to like 80 grain projectiles with the 0.48 there. And then those Federal was also 80 grain with a 0.38. But all that being said, what can we learn from that? Well, like I said, I guess that it would like these two the best. Mainly this one, because that's what I hunted with. Then my Weatherby loves this. The Howa doesn't love it, for whatever reason. But, all that being said, costs a lot of money to do tests like this. Especially nowadays, oh my goodness. But, in the long run, it is well worth it to get you 2, 3, 4, maybe even 6 different factory loadings like we did for this video. When you pick up a new Bulot slinger and it's one that you're going to be using for years to come, and you find what it loves. Instead of taking, you know, years and years, a box of this year, a box of that next year. If you can make it happen, it's worth it to slow down and test things out and see what yours really likes. Now, I got a bunch of brass for 243. I got a whole bunch that I already cleaned over here. And I'm sitting here looking right here. We got some Bulots we can load for it. So, hey, the more data we got, the more better. Appreciate y'all watching. If you're new to the show, make sure you're subscribed. We got videos like this every single day. I'm working crazy hard to keep bringing all these videos and losing sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning right now when I'm finishing this. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you've gone over to WHOTEEWHO.com, checked everything out on the page over there. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. WHOTEEWHO!
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30 on 6, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and make a little boom boom. If you like